generally, I'm very thankful for the opportunity to speak and share my biggest passion, I guess, in life. Yeah, and just want to present some tips and mountain hiking that I gained through experience, mistakes, through other, people suggestions, etc. Something that is really important to me, and what I'm like my personal highlights, I would say. So I hope you enjoy, and yeah, I just based it on my own pictures only, and yeah, beautiful views that I want to share and nice stories. I hope it will give you a little bit of inspiration. So let me start. Yeah, just a quick overview. What I will be talking about, a little bit to introduce myself and somebody that doesn't know me. Also, popular question that's always asked: that's why do I go to mountains and for what? And I will try to summarize this. Also, of course, the core saying is my personal tips. And if anyone ever would be interested to go to high altitude mountaineering, I would highlight some key points, how to get ready for this adventure. Yeah, and some conclusions. If you will have any questions, we also can discuss it. So before I start about myself, I'm just curious if anyone have ever been in mountains, sleeping in a tent more than one day.
Yeah, I'm
Martin?
raising my hand as well. I was.
Yeah. Okay. So now I know that somebody is experienced and know that it's what it can take. But from my end, my name is Victoria. I'm with Avnet 1.5 year, I guess, and here I'm working as international lawyer and the legal team supervisor. I'm Ukrainian by nationality. Hello, John. Thanks for joining. Hi. Yeah, I'm Ukrainian, and yeah, I'm in Poland as well. Maybe like around 2 years, and yeah, working with Avnet. In mountains, I'm much more. I would say it's like all my conscious ages. It's 12 years. I started when I was 16, just from small hiking, and then it got escalated. Here you can see some mountains that I climbed myself. Of course, it's not definitely, but these are the biggest that I'm proud about. And yeah, they're on different continents, and I keep exploring. And every year I have something to go for. My mountains goal. Yeah, and this like never-ending passion. And also, I can highlight it that I'm a self-trained person. It's all started from a dream. It's all started from the inspirational story. It's also a popular question from people that how did it started. So it's just actually being the talk with a grandma. And she showed me her picture that she climbed Elbrus like 50 years ago. Elbrus is one of the mountain in the list. That she climbed this mountain like without proper equipment, etc. When she was 20, like black and white picture, super cool story. And we were sitting like and talking about this, actually playing poker. It was super fun night, and I told her like, you know what? I'll do it this like the same. I'll do it by my 20. And I took it as a personal challenge. I never been like high altitude. And I was like, why not? If she made it like 50 years ago on her own without all this like proper clothes, techniques and skills, like now I can do it. Like, yeah, and that's how it started, just from the dream, from the inspirational talk. And currently, as I told, it got escalated, and I'm in the process of Seven Summits project. If anybody heard of it, it's the crown of the world. It's the highest peaks of each continent, and I'm in the middle of this journey. Hope to make it. Hope to make it alive. That's the most important thing, actually. But this is amazing journey, and this is my life goal as of now. Yeah, and just about myself, just wanted to make a small disclaimer. That's I don't want this information to be treated as expert like talk or anything like this. As I told you, I'm like self-trained person, and it's just like my experience sharing more than like expert advice. And also, while I'll be talking and presenting something, maybe we can do it like as a conversation. And we, if you have any question, anything like any comment, anything you're curious about while I'm presenting, just feel free to ask, and I'll be happy to share. Oh yeah, let's get started, I guess. Yeah, that's. I'd like to start with the most popular question to me: why? Like, why are you going there? Like, what are your motivation? It was really hard to make a list of it, but like eventually I end up with some points that are really important to me. First of all, it's like physical benefit. Of course, it's like it's great. That's like when you train for mountains, you always like fit. You have a good health and shape because it's like must have. Otherwise, you won't make it like big. You can hike, of course, it like, but the big mountains they demand your consistency in training activities and discipline in terms of like trainings. As of now, for my next mountain preparation, we'll show it in the end. But I train 5-6 times per week. So and I enjoy it. I love it. It's just lifestyle. But yeah, it's I love the result of physical training and the benefits that I always have. Like feeling great. Yeah. Also, it's about a unique adventure because. It's not typical holiday. I think all my vacations are booked for mountains, like most of them, like 90%. And yeah, it's super unique because you can get to like very isolated places where you can see spectacular views. You can get inspired like by the sunrise. That's how I feel it. And yeah, it's absolutely unique thing. It's uniqueness is about as well that not all people can get the places you've been to, and this also something that intrigues me a lot. Also, I like the phase of preparation because for me it's like a project. It's absolute project where you can you plan your things like really long time. You like plan each detail, each small thing. It's like yeah, you're like a scientist. You know, that's how I feel about it when I get ready for a new expedition. Interesting thing is about the personal challenge and the limitation of human capabilities. Sometimes you can get to the place and to the feeling that yeah, that's like it's like very close to your limit, and then you overcome it. It's great when you can make it. Of course, there are limits, but still, as of me, I'm still exploring them. Looking back, when I see myself doing something like in the past, I still don't believe I made it. You know, that's also something that inspires me. That I like it's like a movie. Like I was in this movie. It's like an action. It's yeah, it's just something unbelievable. And then I'm looking back. Oh my god! Like how I made it. And this is like it's amazing feeling. Yeah, that isolated places in USA talks about inspirational networking is also a huge piece of mountaineering because people I've met in mountains absolutely changed my life by small talks. Some people have crazy like motivation, and it's like it's all the time different. Why they do this, and I know people that do 7 summits from sea to sea level. That people that walk 800 kilometers and then climb and then walk to sea level. This is absolutely I don't know like how they make it, but. People with beautiful stories, people who honor in somebody, you know, for someone, or it's like about the spirit and the community of mountaineers. It's very yeah. I think it's very it builds deep connection. It builds like a root cause of like deep like internal senses, and that's why I like it. It's very honest. Yeah, and honest teamwork and decision making, because with people who are like isolated in certain circumstances, you should be like a really good team. Like if somebody fails, you need to back up. You need to do the fast decision making because of weather changes, because of like going to the next camp, food management. It's all about a lot of decision making, and this like inspires me a lot that I can train there my leadership. I can train the way how I talk to people, how I communicate with people. It can be like anyone in your team, and you need to find a connection with these people. And this is actually something that's like brings a lot to my skill set, like in daily life as well. Yeah, and also about the meditative and insightful time, it's a special thing for me because anytime I go to mountains. I have my internal questions, and I always come with my answers. This is something where I purposely isolate myself. Disconnect from the world. I switch off the internet. Last time I've been for a little bit more than 20 days without connection, and it's something where you cannot get out of your own self, your own thoughts, your own questions, your own insights. I usually come with like ideas, new things I want to bring to my life. It all arises, but it works a lot for your internal self development. Yeah, skills and mindset, and connection with nature as well. It's just amazing, like how you can connect, be surrounded like by views, by like I know, see flowers, streams. It's just amazing. It inspires me. I love nature, and we like all one, and connected with it a lot. So, and I value this time when I can spend it with like true nature, with deep connection with it. So that's my wise. Everyone has it owns. I don't think it's like ultimate list, but it's like a lot that I could find in my head, like what gets me there. Okay, and I think the next one is like the section of the actual tips. Yeah, I would start maybe from health. Why? Because for me, health is the basis. Like some people start from physical training, but for me, it's like a next layer because health, like immunity especially, is like a foundation. You need to train your immunity because then you're resistant to bacteria, because you don't wash things much, to be honest there. Not always possible. You have cold weather, you can be like super wet of the rain, you can be in snow, like, and live in a building, your camp in snow, and if you have your immunity that is trained and resistant to things, it gives you success 100%. And it's like for me is the background. Then on top of this, you train your physical, of course, and this keeps consistency. You need to keep consistency, and you have a discipline, as I told before. And for mountains, the best is cardio training, obviously. So the more you run, the better. So yeah, but to be honest, yeah, the shoulders as well important because you carry weights. Yeah, but generally to be fit is very important, and it gives a lot of success rate eventually. And yeah, and mental preparation. Some people don't take it into account, like to be mentally prepared, because in mountains, you need to have a special mindset. You can face with difficulties. I mean, in long-term trekking or summiting something, because you can face it with emergency situations. And I've been there as well. I've seen person being killed by lightning, like 100 meters from me, and you understand that something like this can happen, and you need to be ready to face with stuff like this. Of course, it's like extraordinary example, but yeah, the risks can be involved. Somebody can break something. You need to rescue someone. You need to know how to mentally react on it, and technically react. Whom to contact, how to behave, how to get the first aid to the person or yourself as well. So the mental preparation to challenges and emergency situation is very important, and some people don't take it into account. And also I've seen people like athletic, super trained, like fit, like etc., and they give up on the summit push because of mentally not ready for this long like 12-hour summit. Or I don't know, they've seen something that, like, I don't know, rock is falling, which is normal. Somebody is like, I know, even on Everest, probably you've heard that the bodies are laying and they are serving. I don't know if it's like correct to say, but the martyrs on the route sometimes that you go, oh, the guy with yellow boots, and you pass him. This is a marking on your route. This is horrible example as well, but it's like mentally you understand that it can happen if you go high, like high in the mountains. But for general, like basic mountains, it's just good to know about rock falling. Yeah, just to be ready for emergency situations mentally. And how to help yourself is like the first thing. The next one is team and knowledge. I just summarize it this way because yeah, just I think it's like all connected. The first of all, you need to be aware of your own like physical capabilities and mental preparation as well, and your skill set, because some people can like go without proper preparation somewhere high and fail there just because they're not ready. Also, the important thing to advance the knowledge of your trail, because once you go like on a trail and you don't know it, it's hard to plan your physical investment. So if you have, like, for instance, I don't know, 4 days action, and you study well what takes like each one, so you can plan your physical investment in that, so you can accumulate energy, you can like rest your day. So knowledge of your trail is very important. Then sometimes some people can overestimate in one piece and then won't make it like next one. So to plan your energy is very, very good thing, and it's important for successful summit. Also about the leadership. Actually, I'm looking at this picture, and this is we're super happy here. We made it Kilimanjaro, but the guy is on the back. He's praying, and he's praying. You can see the guy, and he's our guide, and he was a leader, and he's praying that he made it successfully. This is like about it's interesting picture that yeah, he's like mentally I know he's doing like his like spiritual thing, and this is maybe part of leadership as well. It depends, but to have a good leader and trust this person is a key thing, because from my own experience, like all these years, I still don't have any trusted company and provider that if I have an idea to climb any mountain, I call them and go. Like, I've changed so many providers. I've been solo. I've been doing solo. I've been doing with people, like friends, people, organizing myself. I still cannot find like a trusted leader, a trusted group, trusted company, even if I pay money for that. It's very hard to make it. Now I'm like negotiating for my next mountain, and before that I want to like have a meeting, like 30 minutes team meeting was a leader, because I like leadership in my experience failed a lot. And even if my hardest and biggest mountain, I climbed it solo, just because of the leadership. It was Aconcagua, almost 7,000 meters was this winter. The leadership style didn't fit my expectations, and we didn't get along. And yeah, I just everyone went back, and I decided, no, I'm not going back. I'm climbing it solo, and I made it. Yeah, but this is extreme case, and I want like everyone to be aware that it's really important how people lead yourself, lead you. Yeah, and what is the communication, who is decision making, like is it like authoritative style, more like teamwork? It really impacts the success, because for big mountain, for someone it's like once in a lifetime, and you will never get back there, and the way how it's led and organized is a crucial thing. Also teammates, like once you know with who you go, I usually prefer to connect with them and talk, maybe hang out before, but it depends. You can be with from different countries, but it's nice to like know the people, understand that these are your family for next, I don't know, 7, 10, or 20 days, and yeah, you just need to find the way you talk to them. And weather is absolutely a crucial factor. Like, sometimes people don't take into account how crucial it is because it's so changing. And probably you know that the mountains weather is super changing. It's hard to trust forecast as well. Even if you check it like next 2 hours, it can change dramatically. And yeah, you can get into the trouble. So it's really like in big mountains, people pay for like commercial forecasts, like and some like Swiss forecast is like the most expensive because the most reliable, etc. So you need to know the source of forecast before. Ask I don't know people, or if you have a leader commercial group, probably they have it. But this is something that you need um, to rely on, and that should be accurate. And then the speed of wind is crucial as well, because for summit you need to understand like what is an acceptable wind, because sometimes I've been like I experienced first time in my life the speed of wind that I never felt before, and this is like it was 120 kilometers per hour, and this is absolutely crazy. This is something that yeah, it's very hard to sustain. I've been in tent alone. It was crashing on my face. I was praying to the all gods I knew in life, or like I don't know, that I survived this. But yeah, it's like I don't recommend to do it. Usually it should be, I know, up to, I would say 30, 50 is like red flag. Yeah, but some people climb things like on the bigger wind, but yeah, I just personally don't recommend it. I recommend to plan your window like for summit very 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 accurately and rely on a good forecast instead of just internet and Google. Yeah, also the comfort is very important, because I've seen people that go into mountains. They bought stuff in the shop like cool things, and they wear them first time exactly on a mountain, so they never been using this before. So whatever makes you uncomfortable home, even like I know something stretching boots are not slightly uncomfortable, it will like extend like minimum on your like in your action. So just yeah, it's something cannot fit well. Like you really need to try it home before you get into the plane. This is like it was my mistake as well a few times, and no way. I just like I better like walk home in my boots like few days, and I know that they are super cool and new, but they are comfortable as well. It's not like me like unpacking like right in the camping site. This is a mistake. This is a mistake, and yeah, I just. It's important to try things home before you get into your adventure. um, yeah, and this also was important question to me, because like how do I plan my gear? Like gear is like alpinism gear. I would tell you it's super expensive. Like it's like yeah, it's one of the most expensive thing you can find in terms of clothing and gear in general, apart from maybe cars and like racing, anything like that. But yeah, and for me it was a question like what things should I buy first if I really want to like climb something. My first mountain was it's absolutely horrible story. I don't recommend you to do it. It's just based on my mistakes. I've been on 4,500 meters in jeans and Timberlands, and then summit push I did in snowboarding boots. Yeah, and I didn't have money at that time. It was 2016, $100 per expedition, hitchhiking, like nothing. I didn't know what to do. But yeah, then I understood that this is a huge industry. They can sell you a lot of things that you don't need to buy immediately. You need to like start slowly. Of course, still like even like me, I have never ended list what I want. Like it's my biggest investment. I spend all my money for that, but that's other thing, because everything you need to renew, new technology, new layers. Like something is lighter than you used to have. For instance, I know more technological backpack, etc., etc. But this is something to go after. If you want to start, just like have your good backpack, because your backpack will serve you like ages, and this is your base. Down jacket, because without down jacket I was trying to go on snowboarding clothing for mountaineering. It doesn't work this way. So down jacket is like when I got my good down jacket, I was super happy. Boots, it's a crucial thing. Like even for like small hike, good comfortable boots is like basis. Some people go in sneakers. And get like the heels are not fixed, and you can get injury like really if you don't have nice boots. Yeah, and the fingers, it's important as well. If you go cold place, like gloves and down mittens really matter. I've seen people that were taking pictures on a summit without the down mittens and gloves, and then got amputated, to be honest. And this is horrible. So take care of your fingers. It's like the only one for lifetime.
Wait, just in those few seconds were they doing photo?
No, they were taking pictures, recording. Then they got like black, red, and the girl lost a finger. yeah, I've seen her for next expedition already without the finger. This is horrible. But this was on the Peak Lenina. I haven't been there, but I've been like traveling with this piece of people for other thing. And Peak Lenina is 7,000 something. So just like good down mittens really matter.
Any gloves in which you can operate your mobile phone?
Yeah. Usually, like when you go high, you have few layers.
Uh-huh.
So you have your polar gloves or other. Like you can and you can use it, but it depends on the temperature, because sometimes on the summit you can have -35, -40.
Yeah.
And this is like it's tricky, and you don't feel it. Some people don't feel it and don't have consequences, but some people don't feel it but have consequences. So it's better like to eliminate this risk. And down mittens is a good investment. It's like really because each summit push starts at night, so the most cold time. So if you have you need to have it. You feel it like the most. These places that are freezing is your toes, like even in the boots.
Go on, I'm just
in the boots and your fingers, and this is something that till pain, and if you start feeling it, the best advice is to turn back. So better not to do it because it's your summit push. And the sunglasses is important. Like your eyes can get damaged because the usually if you go high in the mountains, you have the mirroring effect from the snow. And it damages your skin and your eyes. So sunglasses is good thing. And brown clothes, if you go like not that high, but like you can expect rain, brown clothes is the best that works for you. And this is the things to start in. But then you when you get in, then you investigate like layers, types of clothing, types of items. It's like never ending story. It's just like, it's a huge industry, but these are the basics to start. Like, and the rest of the things you can rent. A lot of things for like mountains on the like before the base camp, before you start your action in national park, they have a rental things, or like in the closing town, the villages. It's not the big deal, and it costs money, but not much. So it's affordable, and you don't need to have all the time everything. But I know, backpack, boots, and sleeping bag. I think you don't want to sleep in other one's sleeping bag, so it's something to get prepared before. Smart packing. In the middle, you can see it's my picture from Aconcagua. It's really nice example that in some mountains you have something or someone or like animals that can help you carry things, and it's good thing. But till certain moment, it will never last till the end. Nobody will carry your stuff. In Aconcagua you have mules, they can carry to the base camp. In big amounts you have Sherpas, porters, etc. They can help you. But if you go not to such big mountain, but a few days camping, you need to take a big backpack. You really need to think how to pack it, and also constant packing and unpacking, because you camp, sleep, and pack back again. So it's like all the time same routine. So you need to have your logic how you pack your things, the way that is comfortable, and that you can access, for instance, as said here, like personal items, first aid, is something have like on the top. And all the most like the things that have the biggest weight, they should be in the back, because it also impacts your back. how you carry an amortization of your knees. So you need to have the most heavy things like in the end. So it's balanced. It's not like near your neck or something like that. Yeah, just you need to find your way. But these are like some examples that that can help as well. How to pack it. Like actually, I use maybe this. About the top, middle layer, bottom layer is more or less my logic how I do it. Hi Tracy, happy to see you.
Hi, I missed the beginning. We were on a call with Hassam. Hi.
Oh, yeah, it's fine, it's fine. We don't have much people, so I'm just like for you, all for you. Yeah, we're just in the middle of the things. Yeah, so just pay attention to the things that you need to carry stuff. Pack it wisely, and yeah, you can have somebody to help. Yeah, but like it's better to to know how to do it if you do it yourself. If you go somewhere where there is nothing. No infrastructure, like helping services, and also to save money. A lot of people don't like, for instance, in Aconcagua, not much people using malls. It's like extra cost. Some people want to save money and carry it like all the way, but this wally actually is like it's all day long. Like one day, like just sometimes it's nice to walk and enjoy the view with a small backpack and pay for that. But it depends, it's priorities. Yeah, that's the continuation of the same thing. So in the middle of the slide, you can see a porter. I don't know, like these guys, like they are incredible. I admire how strong they are. I've seen a girl like twice smaller than me carrying 40 kilograms. No, for money, of course. They're working there, back and forth every day. And this guy probably has 40, 45 on. Like this is incredible. But you can have them, you can pay them, but it costs a lot, and better to pack wisely. Have lightweight items that will work for you, not only like big mountain but small mountain. For instance, here is an example on the picture of like right to left. Yeah, there you have the air towel. It's something that I discovered. It's super cool because you need to wash yourself like at some point of time. And air towel is like a very small, tiny thing that dries super fast. It's super small. You don't need like real towel for you, and it's actually big, but very, very, very thin and very light. And I love it. Also, the sleeping bag. Sleeping bag can be. It depends like on the venture you go, but. There is a huge difference in weight in terms of down backpack, down sleeping bag and synthetic one. So it can be even twice difference. So you need to think like, am I going to the snow? Am I going like where it can be rainy? Because synthetic sleeping bag will dry fast, but you need to carry more weight. If you you need to like understand the logic why this item should be taken, and it impacts the weight. And for me, each gram matters. Like the higher you go, the more you feel. Like 10 grams feels like a kilogram. That's how it works. So yeah, and camping cookware is also important to take into account that it should be very light, because here on the picture, like on the other picture, it's me in Norway. I took like the metal cup, and there's something I would never take to big mountains. It's me like camping just casually, but this thing is like, for me, I would feel this, 500 grams as a kilogram, like if I go to high mountains. So I always take super light, a plastic. Like plastic, it's like tricky in terms of ecology because it can like broke and you can lose something. But generally, there are aluminium things. So it's like something to explore, but the lighter the better. And also food weight. It's interesting because some people like to eat like real food on like first, second camp, that they can still feel a connection to the normal life. Like they take tomatoes, like salads, like some meat, like they really cook. And that's something personally I never do. I prefer like dehydrated food. I can survive on it like 10, 15 days. It's fine. And it's really tasty if you know like the brands. I explored something. I know my favorite things. It's like eatable stuff, like even sometimes better than I cook at home. So I'm really happy it does exist. Yeah, I love my personal thing is dehydrated food. I never take anything that is like big. And here, like an example of this mash and cheese, it's like it weighs like 100 grams, but when you fill it with the water, it's like proper meal for 2 people of 600 grams. So it's really working. Yeah, also interesting thing because not much people take into account the source of water when they go. If you go like 1 day hike, it doesn't matter, you have your water. But if you like plan your activity for some more days, you really need to understand where is drinking water. Sometimes it can be tricky because at some, like if you go big mountains, some camps can have 1 year they have drinking water or like snow or like glacier around, or other year because of the climate change it disappeared. And like you need to like do networking as people, like you need to clarify these things on the site sometimes, not even beforehand. But yeah, sometimes if you go just like hiking, there can be maps for drinking water sources. It's really good to know before you go. Because then yeah, just like impossible to survive. And yeah, yeah, Tracy.
Sorry, I have a silly question. Do you have or like or recommend here? I've heard they have these like tablets that you buy like in the sports stores where if you don't have like a good drinking source, you can put this like tablet in the water that's supposed to make it safe for drinking. And I've never used them. Do they work? Or are they safe? Have you ever used those?
Yeah, it's a good question to me because I never use them myself. And before I was talking about immunity, that yes, and health, like because I personally have good immunity that I can rely on, and like I've been drinking from like questionable sources, let's say, and I never got anything.
Okay.
But I think, yeah, I think in terms of if you have like snow source, it's safe because it's the purest like water if you melt it, right? So glacier water as well. But some streams and this can be questionable, and maybe it's better to have this like the tablet. But personally, I never use them. I know also there's some bottles that have filters. Yeah, yes, yes. Yeah.
Hello. I just
Hi.
wanted to I just wanted to add a recommendation. What I usually do when I go for a hike and I don't know what is going to happen with the water at the end of the way, I always bring with me tablets of electrolytes and vitamins because sometimes you will be allowed to drink water from the river, for example, but if you add these electrolyte tablets, it will give you like power and it will avoid you dehydration. So yeah.
Yeah, it can work as well. I think. Yeah, specific like things that are dedicated to clean water. I never tried myself, so I will somehow survive this without. Yeah, and
Well, that's
also
because
eating.
it's not your first day doing this, Victoria.
Yeah, my body got too used to it. But yeah, also about the water that if you go like high, you need to drink a lot. I will talk about it later, but like minimum is 4 or 5 liters per day if you go high altitude. For that you need to have like bottles, yeah. So like to think through, like it's like planning stage that you have the bottle for drinking, like multi-purpose bottles I like, which like can hold the water. It's not like thermos, it's like plastic bottle which still have a like thermo effect. It's really cool. They're light and you can do tea there at the same and still water, and they don't weigh like that much as like thermos. And you need to like think like how much like for cooking, how many people, etc. Do you need to carry from the source? Because sometimes you need to like go down to like some water stream or like waterfall, and then you need to carry to your camp. So it's all about like thinking through how many liters, how many people, how many bottles, and like other like. I don't know, maybe some cooking device for cooking devices that you need to store this water as well. And yeah, it's amazing how jet boil changed my life. It's another thing because jet boil is something that yeah, you can see like on the top it's me with some noodles.
Oh,
Yeah, above, and it's me. I just bought the nice North Face jacket and I burned it. It was because I didn't have jet boil. I had like just other type of this cooking device, yeah, that was not protected from the wind. And I just was melting snow to make the water, and I burned it like on my sleeve. And I was like, no way! It's like cost like over $1,000 the jacket, and I was like, it was my first time I wear it. That's horrible. That's why jet boil changed my life, because jet boil, first of all, yeah, you can see. So jet boil is like protected. It looks super fast. It also indicates when it's boiled. It boils 1 liter per 100 seconds. The other On the other picture, you can see that like me cooking and holding like something. It's not protected from the wind. It's super uncomfortable. Jet boil, you just put and it goes, on your gas, and it's super fast. I don't know. Yeah, I cannot. I know how I was living without jet boil. So, but there are other brands that are type like same as jet boil. So just not me being promoting jet boil, but the type of device. Because it's super efficient, it doesn't burn my clothes, and nothing around. You can burn your tent like easily on the wind if you don't have protected area like around the fire. It's wind resistant because, for instance, on Aconcagua, as I mentioned before, the wind was super crazy, like up to 120 kilometers per hour. And here, I think it was already 80. I was struggling to cook anything because of the wind, and you cannot even light it like by your lighter. Yeah, and about the lighter, important thing, because in jet boil the construction works that there is a button that you click and it gives like you a spark. But over 4,500 meters, it doesn't work. So you need to have a lighter. It will work. It's really something that I didn't know. And then when you go up and and you cannot like make a spark because of the altitude, it's something that's, yeah, it makes you adventure not that nice. Yeah, and extra water and food, just plant things that you need to know that sometimes you need to wait for window, you need to wait for weather. So just carry things like additional things and water, especially if you drink a lot and you need to drink a lot. This is something as well to plan and have extra. It's always good. The next thing, yeah, just an example. It's a Concagua base camp. Sometimes if you go like big mountains, they have like infrastructure, and one of this infrastructure is like they can serve you a really good meal. It's just barbecue in on a Concagua base camp. Yeah, just pure Argentinian barbecue, and this is 4,230 meters or something. It's the second highest base camp in the world. So, and you have proper barbecue, and they serve you like 3 times per day or 4 times per day, like proper food, etc. Of course, it costs money, but then you don't need to carry that much. You carry only above for your action, but you have everything like set up. They even have a bar, like super nice place. It's like small town with a community of mountaineers. It's very nice. But sometimes you go very isolated, and you won't have this like at all. You just put your tent and you're on your own with nature. Just an example that how it could be that you can have like a restaurant.
Wait, is that a condor or a vulture?
Yeah, condor. That is an interesting story because, like, before there was a tent where I was sleeping. You can see right near the condor. So there was no condor. We are sleeping, and there is like sound 4 in the morning, like like crazy. And we are opening the tent, and they're like dropping this huge condor like on the sunrise from the helicopter, like placing it.
Oh.
They was like, it was thinking, okay, is it a monster? What the hell? Is it like a dream? Like, and they were like actually doing like putting this condor like when we were sleeping like early morning. Yeah, I have a video of this. This is like we are like, what? Like you cannot imagine this happening. But yeah, because condors are famous in Argentina. They live in Andes, and the next camp is actually called Nido de Condores, which means the nest of condors. So it's just but this Argentinian government was preparing for tourists. So yeah, that was shocking. That's like huge thing, like landing from helicopter right like above you. It's like that was shocking. It's my favorite part to let the feet a little bit to chill, and some people don't take this into account. They just boost. And then what's next? Like when you have a rest day, what do you do? Like I have like sort of like Crocs version, but super cheap one because like just don't want to spend money for that. It's like something like to put your feet in. But the other option is like it's a like North Face alternative when the weather is cold. It's so nice. It's like at home. You put your feet like you can hike, I don't know, 20-30 kilometers, and then don't have like the shoes to let your feet chill and like walk around, do like the toiletries, like eat something. It's super nice to like have extra. It's both are super light and have extra pair of like I know slippers to wear and just relax because in boots it can get painful after a while if you never change them, especially. Yeah, this is horrible pictures. My mistakes. My mistakes. You can see my face after Aconcagua summit. Yeah, it just completely burned. I was like this for a couple of weeks. I was healing my face. Regardless, I put the screen, the like sunscreen there. It just you just need to have really good quality sunscreen. I would say that's the key point. Not to like just invest in your sunscreen if you go high because the sun radiation is extremely high. And the other picture is how I burned my nose till the point that it was bleeding, like the skin was bleeding. Just to take care. And the nice cream as well just before sleeping is really good. I also prefer natural soap. Why? Because first of all, you don't need to carry like big plastic things, like etc. etc. But at the same time, it's eco friendly because natural soap. I just like natural soap in general. But when you wash like yourself in the river, waterfall, you don't like put much chemicals there. So I just prefer to have like small piece of the soap that will work for my whole body. I will wash it everything by this one small piece. I don't carry anything, and it's like eco-friendly. Also with napkins, sometimes you don't have showers. This is not a secret. And wet napkins shower is really something that I appreciate and to have. So just get ready, take a big pack of wet napkins. It always helps you. And a lot of plasters, of course, because if you walk a lot in the boots, and there are plasters that have like some medicament as well that like helps the healing process. It's really something that I like as well a lot and take a lot. And small thing about the freezing because of the weather and like if it's like cold summit, tush, etc. You need to get a lot of heaters. Like it's something like it's small, it costs super cheap, but it can save like your fingers, both and toes as well. So it's something that you put inside your between the polar glove and your down mitten, and it works. It has limited time, but at some mountains, I felt that if I wouldn't have this, I would be in trouble, like 100%. So it's something to have, and it's cheap. And the more you have, you can help your friend as well with this. We always something like people sharing this because you need a lot for cold weather. Also nice to sleep in them if you put in your nice sock like a wool sock, and it warms you up, and it's something good to have. That's also something that I discovered after some time because good sleep is the basis for acclimatization. There's something like you're resting, etc. But if you go to, it's a hut on Mont Blanc, that's beautiful view. But even in this hut, people snore, and this is sometimes super loud, and you never sleep alone. You cannot isolate yourself, so to have earplugs is really nice. I started taking them after years because I want, and some because of the sound that you can hear, you always gather this. You can sleep with a person that you never like met before in the tent, and this can be, and you can snore as well. I can snore, yeah. I don't hide it. Sometimes it happens because of the like you can have a little bit of sneezing, a little bit. Yeah, it's normal, and it's better to to preserve your sleep. It's really good habit. Also, people in the last camps, people gather for action, so they gather for summit push. And as I told before, it's like usually middle of the night and you want to rest, you have like I don't know, you have other like schedule, etc. So it's really, and they like taking gear, like cooking food. It's a huge noise, like 1 or 2 hours at least. And if it's a group, it says you will never sleep. So it's better to have them. And yeah, it's something that I discovered very helpful for me. Yeah, just a good friends to have. Yeah, I think it's like my first section of the tips. If anyone has a questions, my 10 personal favorite things I do. If anyone has anything to question,
Maybe not now. Maybe.
yeah. Just a small section about the if you really decide to go high altitude mountaineering. For me, high altitude, just few things I would highlight are important. This is actually a nice picture. It's a glacier. It's top of Kilimanjaro. It's yeah, the Hemingway was writing about this, right? So it's the volcano that is surrounded by this huge. It's incredible. It's just a huge glacier in the volcano.
That's a beautiful picture. Is that your picture? Did you take that?
All pictures in these presentations are mine, like everything.
Wow, that's beautiful. Jeez.
Yeah, like everything. Yeah, so
Yeah.
each picture is from all my expeditions. It's Kilimanjaro all the time.
Wow.
It's Aconcagua. You can see the shadow from the mountain.
Oh,
It's Aconcagua summit. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, just what I was talking in the beginning of presentation, like spectacular views, like something that like most of the people will never see, like by their eyes. Like that's why.
What are you? I might have missed this in the beginning because I joined late, but do you actually bring like a camera, like a professional camera that you're taking these pictures with, or
from my iPhone? From my iPhone.
from your phone? Okay, got it.
Yeah, but I want to buy like this GoPro because of other. Yeah, but as well as I connected to the previous topic about the weight. If I like, for me, phone is universal device. I have my map, my music, my camera, like everything in one device, GPS, etc. And then and camera is a huge thing to carry. That can be damaged. Like I remember once I've been camping with laptop. It was horrible mistake because it got damaged, dirty, like just something that's. I think a lot of people do it and they know how to maintain it and take care of such things. But yeah, for me, weight is important. I don't want to carry anything. And the other thing is that it can get damaged like easily. It can get wet. I have my current passport now. I got new one because it's expired. Like it's like my it's like my last month of my current passport, and it was all in the water. Like when people open, when I was changing passport, they said, "Where you've been?" You know, it's like even my documents are getting crushed. Like, and I would like for professional camera, I would think, yeah, this is like too much risks to take for me because yeah, even passport is crashed. Yeah.
How do you charge your phone in the websites?
Oh, actually, it would be nice to add here as well. Like usually I try not to use it much, but now I'm actually thinking how to set up well because I go for like big action that will be very isolated. What I was suggested, because I usually ask alpinists like more. I have a community of people I talk about things like that. So There is a sun battery that is very light and it's like layers, and then you connect the power bank to it. Because there are like power banks all together with solar panel, but they're crazy expensive. They are very rare to find, and people send me better to like have it separated, to have like the battery like thin one. That's it's like a book, that you can close and then open. And sun is in mountains, something that you always have, because that's why I got all my face burned. So yeah, it works this way. And for smaller action, just have a good power bank over 20,000. 20,000 the power. Yeah. So because 10,000 won't serve you like that much. But also it's important, I failed so much in power banks. I bought like so many devices, even in different countries, in different brands, and still I don't have anything that satisfied me, that works, that I expected to work. I was returning things like giving to my mom that it doesn't work in the extreme conditions. It works in daily life, but when it impacted by sun, by cold, it's like electronic device, because yeah, you need to know how to store power bank as well if it's super cold. Like I sleep with in sleeping bag, for instance. I sleep with power bank. But so far, yeah, I would give you a good recommendation, but I'm still searching the solution. I don't know it myself, like how to get me like the devices charged all the time, like on a good level. So yeah, but at some point you just out of it. Yeah, about high altitude, the most important thing, this is high altitude sickness. I think it's like something that people heard and know about, and you can start feeling it from my experience, from around 4,000 meters. If you do like sometimes action can be quick, like 3 days, you go 4,000 or up and then go like straight down, you won't feel it. But if you need to spend some time on this elevation or higher, you can actually feel it. I highlighted few things that are first criteria. It's a headache and trouble of sleeping. That's like 80-90% of the people suffering from it. That you can start feeling it. But high altitude sickness actually has like 4 different types that can lead to bad consequences, even death. So, but I don't want to focus on this. Just for preparation is enough to know that that you need to acclimatize well. What does it mean? It says like go slowly up and then down, so up and down, up and down, because it's something that helps your body to adjust to altitude. You cannot go like, I don't know, 3,000, next day 4,000, next day 5,000. It doesn't work this way. So you need to go 3,000, 4,000, then sleep 3,500 and back. You always need to be back lower and sleep the lower possible within your schedule. So the lower you sleep, the more oxygen you have, the better sleep you have. So the more oxygen in your blood is like ongoing. Also, hydration is key. Like in all mountains, you need to drink like double or triple water. This is important. If you don't drink, you fail like acclimatization, and yeah, sometimes it's hard, but you need to get used to it because it will help you to not feel this. Like some people have vomiting, and you do need this. Like better to drink and prevent. Climb slowly, like some people run. Like I know, especially Polish climbers. Polish climbers also famous about like crazy things they've been doing for things like discovery stuff and running in the mountains. I'm like yeah, it fascinates me. But for me, I know that I have my pace. I'm not a crazy sportsman. The lower the like I've discussed. I have a friend that seven times Everest summiter, and we go rock climbing actually tomorrow as well. But and he said me there are 2 types of pace that you can use in the mountains. The first one is slow, and the second one is very slow. So there is nothing that is like fast. Never, like the slowest you go, the more success you have. Carbs very important. The more carbs you have for action, the better. I always take chocolate. Is the best. But my ever favorite thing is Coca-Cola. It's something that I cannot make any summit. I had discovered it very interesting because I was climbing Mont Blanc, and
I was really suffering to make it through. I made it eventually, but what helped me to make it was a bottle of Coca-Cola that my guide had. Yeah, and I was super thankful for that. It was absolutely amazing. I always preserve one bottle of Coca-Cola for summit push. I carry it all the way, regardless. It's just something I need. But it depends. It's my subjective thing. A lot of carbs is good to have, and also electrolytes to add to your water. It always helps acclimatization. Even in the movies, you can see people drinking in the base camps. Like even movie Everest, if you've seen this, famous about the tragedy of in the 1996, the famous tragedy. People were partying there, like drinking whiskey, etc., etc. And I've seen these people doing in actual life, and this is something that makes your acclimatization worse. It's really, yeah, it's something that's. Yeah, it's something that I don't recommend to do. But you will feel impact on your acclimatization process if you drink alcohol. Better to drink after. You know, there's in some places, like even Argentina, people like wine. You know, everything. We want to take wine to base camp. Let's party there. Like if we have like rest day and stuff like that, they have bar there that you can buy alcohol actually in the base camp. But yeah, it's something that you will feel will impact you. Also, sleeping pills like acclimatization can, if you don't have good acclimatization, you have a little bit high altitude sickness, you will feel that you sleep badly. Like you're waking up, crazy dreams, something is happening, not good sleep, no rest state. Some people take sleeping pills on top of that, like thinking it will help. It works opposite on high altitude. So never do it. I don't recommend it. And sleep lower, yeah. Like if you do like acclimatization high, just go to the base and sleep there because of the more oxygen. And medication, yes, it's something that people are recommended to take. There is a substance called Diamox. Diamox helps, to carry oxygen in the blood more for acclimatization. Personally, I don't use. I'm thankful for my genetics or whatever works for me. I don't use medication. My body works on its own. I'm fine. I don't have high altitude sickness. Maybe I had once, but usually I don't feel anything because I like gradually acclimatize myself. But so a lot of people like take Diamox, and this is something that you need prescription for in Poland, and this is something to consult with your leader and with the doctor as well about the dosage, etc. So you won't get it in the pharmacy without the prescription. Yeah, this is about something to get ready for. Yeah, and of course physical training. Like it is for me the criteria that I can go high mountaineering is 10K run minimum. In comparison with hiking, for hiking it's not that much demanding. You can go like for small action, you can explore, walk around, etc., etc. But for high altitude, it's much more physically demanding. Your lungs needs to carry a lot of oxygen because of the deficit, and you need your heart and need to work very well. So running is the key. And the strength training as well because you carry things. Also altitude simulation. Maybe you've seen these people running in the mask, like in the gym, like for preparation of 8,000 or even smaller. But it's something that I never tried myself, but I'm curious because I'm about to start my 8,000 journeys. So maybe I'll try one day, but this is something that is recommended before. So you will feel just when you run with this mask, it eliminates it like restricts the oxygen. So you will feel how you physically what it takes is physical effort with a lack of oxygen. So you can train in your lungs, etc. And yeah, the basic thing, I've seen people going to mountains without knowing how to use crampons, without knowing how to use ice axe, and or going like on action already, that they've been learning through this journey. It's fine, it's possible for small mountains, but better to be aware like how gear works, what layers doing, how close this works, how layers work between each other, etc., etc. You can get into the trouble if you don't know, like if you go to the place where you need rocks climbing and you don't know how to fix yourself or fix on the landscape. So this is something that where you risk your life. So it's better to have basic skill and knowledge of the gear you will be actually using. And yeah, just to share my next plans. As I told in the beginning, I want to summit 7 summits is the crown of the world. I'm in the middle of my journey, and my next one is Denali. Yeah, I do Kastyushka, it's a small one. I even don't take it that serious, I hope. But the big one is Denali, and the next one, hopefully, Everest. And this is something I've never been that close to my dreams than I'm now. That's why I'm so inspired. And yeah, and I know it's something that I hope I'll make it, and this is my life goal. And yeah, if I go Denali, it's North America, Alaska, super isolated, super physically demanding. It's what it calls the honest mountain because you honestly carry things. There is no infrastructure to get there. You need to rent a plane to land on a glacier, etc., etc. But this is where you like really work without any help. You just do yourself. You camp yourself, carry things yourself, and yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I hope I make it.
Mhm.
But yeah, for me, if I make it, it means that I can go 8,000. So just yeah, it's like for me qualifier that I'm ready to do better, like bigger things. Yeah. My favorite thing. Yeah. Just Mount is so expensive. I told you, and this is something that yeah, maybe one day I'll sell everything to climb Everest. And actually, how it works is I have no idea how I get there. It costs like crazy money, but yeah. And I'm open for some sponsorship as well that maybe will help me. And even if you have any ideas from marketing team, have your flag, anything like maybe for Everest, this is something that like it's unique things and that I can help with for the company. But generally, to conclude my speech, apart from the things I mentioned, how I'm passionate and why I go there, I think it just changed my life dramatically one day. And it changed for good because this absolutely wider my horizons about communication, about people, about teamwork, about like all the time, like when I go to mountains and come back home, I appreciate like shower, I appreciate my bed, I appreciate everything. Like things that people take for granted means for me a lot. And this like changed the perspective of life, like how you see things, how you treat people. It's like something that's hard to even put into words. It's like my thing, and I became a better person. Better player, I hopefully better leader as well. And yeah, it's just something that's the source of my motivation and inspiration. And it's something that I can recommend. Can be good candidate for you as well to try. It's worth trying. It's amazing. But everyone has its own. So that's why it's me sharing about this. And I hope one day we'll hear somebody else sharing about their passion as well. And yeah, just recommend. It's worth trying. And if you ever want to get ready for this, just let me know, reach to me. I can recommend a lot of things, where to start, the best mountain to first to climb, etc., etc. If you want to do your journey. And also in the company, we tried the last year to organize some small hiking trip. So maybe I hope in the springtime we'll do same. Yeah, and this is my Instagram. I don't know who will be the QR code. Yeah, just it was my adventure there. But not only about mountains, just more lifestyle. But if anyone interested, always can reach me out of work, about personal things and mountains advices. Well, thank you. Bye bye. So happy. Yeah.